Hey guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu and with Aperture, and I want to show a video today, something that is kind of interesting, or it's rather submissions from bad positions. And I know the mantra is position before submission, but there are certain exceptions to that where sometimes in a bad position, for the guy to make his next step, he has to kind of create an opening, and in that process sometimes, that allows me to possibly catch a submission from there. We're going to look mostly at side control this way. Now what I would like to do though, I wouldn't like for him to get this cross-face kind of position because this gets pretty miserable. So instead I'm going to try to kind of block here and push him back. So what he does sometimes though is he'll throw this arm to the other side whenever he sees that he can't get under my neck like this. This is what his second option might be. So if we go back here and I feel like I'm pushing and resisting here, and then he goes this way here, then I'm going to catch here on the wrist. And then look, I want to pull this way. So when he feels me pull, he reacts by trying to pull his arm back. I catch inside, and then look, I'm going to wrap up for an Americana this way. Now, sometimes with the right guy, you might get a submission from bottom Americana like this if he's stubborn and wants to stay on top. But if not, at least sometimes it'll turn into me rolling him over and getting to the top position, and then maybe I can finish this Americana from top. Another time this happens is sometimes when we're here, and he started to set up an Americana on me. Now this might be from me baiting him, or it might be just because he found the opportunity and he started to catch it. When he starts to push, look, I'm gonna switch the grip on him, stretch him out this way here. And again, because that stretch, he tries to pull his arm back to safety, and I block it with my bicep to his tricep. I get here, I push his hand back toward his hip, this way here. He rolls over to avoid the pressure. That gives me the top position. Now I can finish my Americana from there. Now, from him being on top sometimes, let's say that he does achieve that grip under the head like this, like a cross face, and he's smashing, creating all kinds of pressure this way. So sometimes we're here, I want to bridge into him like this, maybe push my bicep into his face. Then when I feel the response of him pushing back, I go this way here. If he reaches his arm out, then look, I'll bring the leg through here, this way. I pull up like this, and look, see how I'm wrapping it around my foot? I can cross now this way. Watch, I'm gonna pull his head back, straighten my legs here, and then that gets a little short Americana. Here I push, I drive this way, I hook the leg here, right? So maybe I get that little short Americana, maybe that doesn't quite work out for me, and he like straightens his arm out, he gets free of it. If he does, I wanna jump the leg over his head here, this way, and then look, I wanna cross my legs. But the next thing I'm gonna do though, instead of just crossing like this, I'm gonna use this leg to pull him toward me. And so then I get the cross here for the triangle. I reach down, grab his tricep, pull, squeeze, and I got the triangle choke from bottom side control. I make the same thing. What do we do again here? I hooked, I pull this up. There's the figure four, the Americana, right? He straightens out. I jump here. I'm trying to get the triangle, not quite working out for me. I don't want him to throw this arm to the other side because then he can start to defend better, right? So instead here, I keep this tight. And if he wants to try to pull that arm around, what I do here is I go back, I pull the elbow so that it turns the arm over, branch down this way. I pinch his forearm so he doesn't pull it out too fast. Once I get it across to the side, I can grab wrist or hand and then go for a Kimura from this position. So if I find myself in scarf hold, then there's a couple opportunities that might present themselves here. Like whenever I get to this position, I would like to kind of make a little bit of a frame and get on my side, at least just enough to release this arm if it's trapped. I make some space, and I'm gonna push here. And this is part of how I'm gonna start to try to work an escape. Now what happens sometimes, the guy starts to retract his wrist, and I grab a hold here like this, and I wanna look, I open that space like this, I bring my leg from behind and hook inside this way. Now, notice, this is very important that I don't use the near side leg, which is gonna make him able to do like an accordion squeeze off of this. I don't want that. But instead, I hook through here like this, and I'm gonna figure four. This already gets a little painful, but I'm not really looking for a pressure lock or a submission off of this necessarily. I'm looking from here to figure four this way, and then I'm gonna use the frame and pick up the leg to drive the guy across to this side over here. Look, once we get to this side here, and I've still got the foot through, so it's hooking his bottom arm like this, now I can step across this way here. I can maybe look to try to get a straight arm on this side, right? Or I can pick up his head this way and start to work in, so that if he wants to roll back into me here this way, then I got this, and I can start to lock in the triangle from this position. So again, on this one, I'm able to make the space here. I get a hold of his wrist, I push my leg through this way, I figure four, I use the frame and the scoop underneath his leg to pass, drive him over this direction here. Whenever we get to that side, I'm gonna step across this way. If he leaves the arm here, he's pretty stretched out. A lot of times he'll bring the arm in front because he's trying to get himself free like this. So in doing so here, he gives me access to be able to step behind the head, sit back. I don't care if he gets the other arm free at this point because I'm gonna come across and then I have the arm lock right here with a head hook variation like that. Okay guys, so these are some kind of unique opportunities that are created and actually fairly bad positions for me. It's not something that I would say are my go-to moves, but these are just opportunities that either I can create or he creates by making the space necessary for him to upgrade his position or try to attack me. So try these out, see what you think about them, and let me know if you have any questions. Keep watching the Night Jiu-Jitsu channel on Aperture.